A starship is only as good as her captain. Here's the top 10 Star Trek captains who led a series. At the end of Star Trek Discovery Season 2 and through most of Season 3, Saru was the captain of the ship. Yet, it was clear to viewers, and perhaps even Saru himself, he was not the right Kelpian for the job. All things considered, Dal on Star Trek Prodigy is not a real captain. When he became captain of the USS Protostar, he did so because he liked the idea of being in charge. Over the first season, he gradually became aware of the responsibility that went with the title. The crew on Star Trek Lower Decks are, first and foremost, truly cartoonish characters in which is ostensibly a workplace comedy. She is a careerist, which isn't often an admirable quality in Star Trek. In other series, her mistakes or the things she allows the crew to get away with would be almost unforgivable. On the long road getting from Vulcan First Contact to the United Federation of Planets, Captain Jonathan Archer was the only leader who could navigate it. He was a man with a chip on his shoulder, is almost impossibly stubborn, leading him to make almost as many mistakes as he had victory. First introduced in Star Trek the original series, Captain Christopher Pike became a full-fledged character through his time on Star Trek Discovery and Star Trek Strange New Worlds. Of all the captains on the list, he is perhaps the most differential to his crew, something that started on the original series. Captain Burnham's brash confidence and certainty in the rightness of her actions are qualities captains are lauded for, but play differently when the character isn't in command. Captain Burnham knows when to apply force and when to act with compassion. Captain Jean-Luc Picard was the second Star Trek commanding officer fans got to spend time with, and he was very different from his predecessor. Unlike Kirk, Picard mastered the art of delegation and leveraging the talents of his crew to address specific problems. Benjamin Sisko should have been a captain from the first second he appeared on the screen. He carried an authority and grit that no previous Starfleet commander had. Captain Sisko was a driven leader who made compromises when needed. Of all the captains on this list, James T. Kirk was the best at balancing his role as quasi-military leader, explorer, and friend to his crew. Kathryn Janeway was the first captain to make an alliance with the Borg. Later, after violating the Temporal Prime Directive, she was able to get her crew back home and dealt a near-fatal blow to the Borg Collective in the process. Starfleet is full of impossibly awesome heroes, but even among them, Janeway stands alone.